Sam Sunderland. Chaleco Lopez. Gerard Fares. Nasser Al-Attiyah. Dmitry Sotnikov. 1 day to go for the overall leaders to conquer the 2022 Dakar.
Are you okay? See.
The fuse for the ventilator broke, so we put the heater on. So what you don't know is that it's 35 degrees, so we're a bit hot in the car.
In the camel grass, 1.5 kilometers, cap 180. What? The bonnet. We'll drive with no bonnet. You're in a race. It isn't a walk in the park.
Cazzo ridi? Io boia! Ma piano!
But as we say back home,
les derniers seront les premiers de notre réalité.
Ne seront princes d'éternité.
On to the 12th and final stage of Dakar 2022. Even if it's short, it's by no means a walk in the park. Some really tricky navigation on the menu. Well, sad news reached Jeddah this morning. Quentin Lavallee, a mechanic on the PH Sport team, tragically lost his life in a road accident. The Frenchman's passenger, Maxime Frère, is currently receiving hospital treatment in Jeddah. The entire Dakar family sends its sincerest condolences to Quentin's family, friends and team. Now, Honda had a special visitor at the bivouac yesterday, Dakar legend Cyril Neveu, who won 5 titles in the bikes, including the very first one in 1979. But things have changed a bit since his day.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a legend from past HLC. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Arigato.
Has it changed much? Well, it's changed in the sense that I had 2 cylinders and it was much heavier. Not as quick, in my opinion. I've seen these bikes in action, they're very agile. You can even do jumps on them. That's certainly something I couldn't do back in the day. Thanks, cheerio, and I hope that...
Good luck.
Merci. À la prochaine.
Merci.
Ciao.
Well, Cyril Neveu won his titles with Yamaha and Honda. Sam Sunderland had a chance to make it too with KTM and Gas. Just 164 kilometres separating the Englishman from glory. Elsewhere, Arunas Gelašninkas took his 2nd straight title in the hardcore original bimaterial class, the Lithuanian battling some pain in week 2 to successfully defend his crown.
I feel amazing. I think better than first one. This year was really hard. I did good work at first week and it's enough to be in the first position in the finish.
Miriam Pohl won the women's class for the 2nd time after 2009. The Dutch woman completed the rally with the number of her late compatriot Edwin Strava, 40, and she praised her fellow competitors. The women here are all world class. All of us have some kind of title in motorbikes in one discipline or another. And I think we all like the fact that we're sometimes capable of beating the boys. Every now and then we like to wind them up a bit. Well, one of the names on everybody's lips in Saudi Arabia was the boy wonder Mason Klein. The 20-year-old American goes home as the top rookie and the winner of the Rally 2 class. He also finished inside the top 10 overall. We'll be finding out more about Mason in a few moments. His compatriot Ricky Brabeck certainly needs no introduction, but it's been a frustrating Dakar for the 2020 champion, who had a 12-minute speeding penalty on this final day. To his credit, he had a pretty solid second week, climbing up to 7th overall, but once you've tasted that victory, it's hard to settle for anything less. Nacho Cornejo finished last year's Dakar in hospital, so he was happy to be at the finish line today, even if he'd hoped for better than 6th place. The Chilean can console himself with 2 stage wins, and you sense that he's going to be part of the overall picture for many years to come. All 4 Honda factory riders finishing inside the top 7. Joan Barreda also snaffled 2 stage victories, and he actually matched his best ever Dakar result in 5th overall. Bang Bang spoke afterwards of the tough navigation at this rally, even on the final day. Honda, of course, weren't helped by stage 1B, when Barreda, Cornejo and Brabeck all lost significant time. Adrian van Beveren was also undone by navigation issues yesterday, dropping from top spot down to 4th overall. Bitter disappointment for the Frenchman, but he chose to look on the bright side. It's his first actual finish since 2017, in the same position no less, and he's shown that he's back to his best. If Van Beveren can put the pieces of the puzzle together, he has what it takes to win the Dakar. Matthias Walkner won the Dakar in 2018. This year, the world champion had to settle for 3rd. That's his 4th podium finish in the past 6 editions. The Austrian admitted that the last month hasn't been easy getting things prepped for Saudi Arabia, but he praised his team, KTM, and his amazing new bike. Now he'll be switching his focus to defending that world title. Get excited. Pablo Quintanilla began the day nearly 7 minutes down on Sunderland, and he really went for it, but he was only able to make up around half of the deficit. He finishes as the runner-up in the bikes for the second time after 2020, and he said he was super happy to secure that result for his new team. The Quintanilla Express powering to the Stage 12 win. He has had some start to life with Honda. But nobody was able to topple Sunderland, who spent over half of this rally at the summit of the standings, and he was still there when the dust settled on this final stage, even if he said that his stress levels were through the roof due to the tricky navigation. 2017 with KTM, 2022 with Gas, he becomes the 11th biker to win the Dakar on more than one occasion.
Well, honestly, this last stage was so difficult and so much stress. A lot of navigation, a lot of tricky notes, a few times a bit confusing and not sure if I was going the right way, and honestly my head can explode, but what a feeling, you know.
Well, this was the lineup on the final day. Quintanilla with the win, and a fantastic effort from rookie Diego Llanos to finish inside the top 10. Sunderland took the crown by 3 minutes and 27 seconds. That's the tightest margin of victory in the bikes in the 21st century.
Wow, dream come true.
Well, Sunderland had a tough 2021, a crash in Kazakhstan, illness in Morocco, but he starts 2022 on top of the world.
Honestly, it brings a little bit of emotion, but yeah, it's a lot of work all the year from everybody, you know, my friends, my family, my team. I had a pretty rough season in the World Championship, and all of these moments along the way, and the harder times that you have, it just makes the feeling more great. It's all worth it when you take the victory, you know.
Insane, beautiful, and really long. I love this. I love the idea of navigating. I love the idea of smart, not just crazy fast. You need to be crazy fast, don't get me wrong. It's a full sprint every day if you want to win. All right, so these guys know how to ride.
The undoubted sensation of Dakar 2022, the 20-year-old didn't let his rookie rating hold him back, but where did it all begin for the fresh-faced American?
Born in California, we all enjoy going out to the desert and riding, and my brother, my dad, and I, we all race local desert off-road races. And I saw a bike with the navigation tower and a road book holder on it, and I was like, what's that? And it just really got me interested in rally. Without my dad, none of this would be possible. Especially without my mom, none of this would be possible. She does so much for us. She really believes in my brother and I. And yeah, she's the best. Love my mom. It's pretty insane. I would never expect to see my name next to those guys, let alone start next to Toby Price every day. Definitely one of the heroes of the world, I think. You know, everybody's also got your back. Even though you're all racing against each other, we're all basically the same class. It's definitely a camaraderie thing, friendship with everybody. You can really count on your competition to help you out most of the time. And it's just another great thing about this sport. Something I wasn't really prepared for was how tired I'd be. Skyler said stage 8, day 8, you'll be feeling it, and he was right. Today felt like the longest day of my life. I didn't think it was ever going to end. I never honestly expected to get top 10, but I always said that I wanted to get top 10. I talked to Matthias before coming here. He said, be realistic. It'd be too easy if I just won right away. And I think next year, we'll just have to come back and do better for sure.
7 quads on the road to Jeddah. Francisco Moreno ended his debut Dakar with a first stage win. It was Alexandre Geroux, a date with destiny, raw emotions as he crossed the line as a quad champion.
Well,
from 100 kilometers, I was telling myself 50 left, 40 left, telling myself you can believe what's happening. 25 years ago, he made us dream, and unfortunately, he's not here today. Moreno's victory helped pip Kamil Wisniewski to second overall, Medeiros only missing the podium once in week 2. But the new quad Dakar champion, Geroux's tears of joy and sorrow, he tells us why in his own words.
When I returned from the Dakar last year, my father contracted COVID and passed away in April. So to win 25 years after him would be a beautiful tribute. My father rode a quad and was the first rider to finish the Dakar in '97. For me, quads are a family affair. I started when I was a child.
And that led Geroux to his first Dakar 2017. 5 years later, he was battling for victory.
Well, a Dakar really isn't truly won. It's the others that lose it. And that's how I took on the race. That philosophy was mine throughout the event. I would take off in the morning, telling myself that I had experience and that now I know how to win. I just had to do my best. Actually, my worst enemy is myself. On a Dakar, we're all our worst enemy. It's massive in the life of a sportsman to win the Dakar. It's something amazing.
Dakar 2017 in Bolivia, and this Toyota Hilux is in big trouble.
To begin with, we only had one of the wheels stuck in the trench. Another crew tried to pull us out, but they made a mess out of it, and the whole car fell in.
Father and son duo Eduardo and Nicolas Amor from Argentina are taking part in their first Dakar together. Nicolas, aged just 19, is the youngest participant at this edition, but what he lacks in experience, he makes up for in enthusiasm.
Over here. We won't get it out over there, son. It's better over here.
No, acá va a salir.
Several locals also get involved in the rescue operation before potential salvation arrives in the form of truck 543. Matthias Behringer and Stefan Henken exemplify the Dakar spirit as they work with Eduardo and Nicolas to get the Hilux out of the hole. But the first attempt is unsuccessful. In the meantime, a couple of local women also try to provide some useful advice.
They need to bring the car out here because it'll come out directly. Over there, they won't manage to turn it around. It's too complicated.
It's a great team effort, but getting the car out is proving to be quite the conundrum.
We need to add something here, because if the line breaks, the car is going to flip over.
She's the one who knows how to get us out.
Success at last. Eduardo and Nicolas will be able to continue the rally, and they'll even make it to Buenos Aires in 54th place overall. No doubt they still have fond memories of their meeting with the German truck drivers and the Bolivian problem solvers.
The final stage for the cars brings us our final classifications across all categories. The Toyota Autobody team have been the winners of the T2 production car class for the last 8 years, and last year's winner for the team, Akira Miura, has repeated this success. This is the Japanese driver's third class win and fifth consecutive podium, leaning again on the experience of French co-driver Laurent Leclerc. 31st overall and highest placed rookie is Po Qian, driving the distinctive looking SMG prepped buggy under the Hanwei Motorsport banner. Paired with co-driver Shang Yi-du, less than half his age, the Chinese duo drove brilliantly on their first ever Dakar. Laia Sanz finally made the switch from bikes to cars this year after finishing all 11 Dakars she entered on 2 wheels. As part of the X-Raid mini team, she's driven a great first Dakar on 4 wheels, finishing 23rd overall, the highest placed woman in the field. This distinctive looking X-Raid BMW X5 has been ably steered over the last 2 weeks by Vladimir Vasiliev. The Russian crew did drop some time today on the final stage, but still end the rally in 10th overall. At the finish, the highest placed of the 3 new Audi RSQ e-trons is Matthias Ekstrom, the car rookie proving a reliable team player, while legendary teammates Sainz and Peter Hansel had less straightforward fortnights. Ekstrom's affinity with both Audi and electric powertrains is clearly compensated for his lack of experience in the dunes. P9 overall for the Swedish crew. Argentine crew Sebastian Halpern and Bernardo Grau were aiming to get their X-Raid John Cooper Works Mini into the top 10 for Dakar 2022, and they've delivered on that. 8th overall, particularly impressive as Halpern has converted from quads and then co-driving to actually behind the steering wheel for the first time this year. The SRT prepped Century Racing CR6 buggy is frequently mixing it up on the stages with the factory teams, and that's down to the skill and tenacity of Mathieu Serradori. An extra hurdle this year has been breaking in a new co-driver after Fabien Lercan left to join Sebastian Loeb. Still a strong result, 7th overall after a bad start. Jacob Shagonski and Timo Gottschalk have had quite a roller coaster of a Dakar in that X-Raid John Cooper Works mini buggy. Unable quite to repeat their best result of 4th, nonetheless, the young Polish driver has still impressed and finished 6th overall. (2009) Dakar winner Giniel de Villiers goes another year without a repeat victory, but as a team player the South African delivers for Toyota Gazoo Racing once again, a stage win and a 5th place finish, and the key word there is finish. That's 19 consecutive Dakar entries without a single retirement. Respect due. That's the new evolution of the ProDrive built BRX Hunter, bio-fueled and with a new driver behind the wheel to augment the team potential, Orlando Terranova. And drafting in the Argentine veteran has proved a masterstroke. He and co-driver Daniel Oliveras Carreras have been in the top 10 since stage 2 and upwardly mobile to the finish in 4th overall. Yazid Al-Raji has been promising his fans a podium, and this year on home soil the Saudi driver has delivered. With long-term stage rallying co-driver Michael Orr alongside him, Al-Raji's 8th Dakar started strong, and once the Toyota crew hit 3rd overall, it was a case of bringing the car home safely for the 2nd week. Mission accomplished, a Saudi on the podium in Saudi Arabia. Sebastian Loeb continues to be the quickest of the drivers out there on pure pace, and this evolution of the ProDrive Hunter clearly suits him. But even today, a slight navigation error tells the story of what could have been. Nonetheless, it's a Dakar finish, and 2nd place matches his best Dakar result. David Richards, the boss of ProDrive, is clearly pleased. But really there was no stopping this Toyota. The formidable pairing of Nasser Al-Attiyah and Mathieu Baumel in the cockpit, with the regulations tweaked for 2022 to address a perceived imbalance of performance. All of those things have steered this newly built GR DKR Hilux over 12 stages and led the rally since day one. Winning in the Middle East has been elusive to the Qatari since the rally came to Saudi Arabia, but finally 2022 has delivered a fourth win for Al-Attiyah on the 44th Dakar Rally, which adds to wins for Volkswagen in 2011, Mini in 2015 and 2019 with Toyota.
It was amazing Dakar for us, and last win it was 2019, and yeah, we are quite happy, you know, with the new regulation and with the new T1 Plus and 3 different teams strong. It's possible anyone can win here, you know. Toyota Gazoo Racing, you know, it was really doing a great job, you know, to build this car in 1 year and to come here in Saudi Arabia and Dakar to win this race. It was not easy. From day one we make a gap, and after, you know, until the rest day we have a really big gap, and then last week of Dakar we control and we lose a few minutes, you know, from the second place from Saab, but okay, I'm really quite happy, you know, and yeah, this is amazing win. This was very important for me because it's here in our region, you know, and I'm so happy.
Henk Lattigan gets a second stage win of Dakar 2022, pushed to the finish by a charging Stefan Petterhansel, but it was really only Sebastien Loeb, fourth quickest, who was in contention to make a difference at the top, and the Frenchman did take another 5 minutes off Al-Attiyah, but still not enough to dent the Qataris' comfortable winning margin of nearly 28 minutes.